Okay, so here we go. This is now part 3, technically, season 2.
Part 1.
You know, we have really short seasons around here. Can you imagine if TV shows had 2 episodes per season?
That's what they feel like nowadays, honestly, with like 8 episodes, dude.
These right here are the PCs that we built last month at Micro Center, where it was Jay versus AI versus salesman. Well, you no longer have the crutch of the sales. I guess you can if you want to. You no longer are bound by AI, and I'm still limited by my own brain. And today we're gonna have to upgrade these things. And now we're gonna see what the full picture looks like. Because we were kind of limited initially with the first budget. Now it's anyone's game, honestly. All right, so here's the way this is gonna go down. All 3 of these builds were $1,500 or below, and I think you came within a few cents of the $1,500. I was within like $5. I don't remember what Phil came in at.
3 or something.
Yeah, everyone used the full $1,500. Now, automatically, thanks to Micro Center for sponsoring this video. Make sure you guys check out the latest Micro Center stores. We got new ones coming. Austin, I'm looking at you. Anyway, we have $500 plus whatever parts we sell. Yeah, I say sell. I say we're not gonna go right now out and try and sell them, but what we're gonna do is we are gonna collectively agree to what parts we think we're gonna sell. Now, you're not locked in. Okay, let's say you need a new GPU. You know this. Your 9060 XT.
We all know this.
But when it comes to gaming, you have the best outcome. Like, if you get yourself a 9070 XT, you win gaming. That's it.
Yeah, you have like the best potential for winning.
And we know you can get a 9070 XT because that ASRock Challenger that I have went down in price again. So it was $699, now it's $689. You can almost afford it without even selling your GPU, and you can still sell that probably for like $400. So,
how are we selling it though?
What we're gonna do right now is we are going to we're gonna talk about what parts we think we're gonna sell, then we're gonna start shopping like eBay. And we're gonna see kind of like what the realistic median prices are going for. Not like, hey, look, here's one that's like half its value, but the guy's got 0 feedback. Now, honestly, we're gonna want the most money for our parts.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna want the most money, and you guys are gonna be like, no. Because the more money each of us have to spend, the more chance we have to win. Now, if you guys didn't watch the first season, I did win the first competition because I kind of was able to squeeze a lot in here. I got a 9070 XT, I got a 265 KF, it's a Z890 platform. Even though it's Intel, it won in gaming because your GPU was so far behind, and it won in compute because it has the most cores and clock out of all 3 of these CPUs.
Didn't I win storage though?
Yeah, but I'm talking about overall. Okay. And you know I'm going for a better drive in this thing.
He's gonna get like a 4 terabyte just to like smack it in your face.
We need to be realistic, but we also need to be fair. And what I mean by that is, if y'all are like, no, we're gonna be super hard ass, we don't want Jay to have any money, that's gonna go the other way too. So that's why I think the eBay median is probably the best way to go. It's like you blew your whole wad on everything but the GPU on this, which is why the upgrade path is scary right now for us.
Yeah, it is.
Because gaming has the most score.
Yeah.
Now, it's not that far ahead of CPU, but it has the most score. And remember, it's percentage based. So if Nick suddenly like jumps way ahead, then Phil and I collectively get a lesser score behind him depending on the gap.
Okay, so what is Nick? Nick's probably just gonna do GPU then.
Just
huh?
GPU?
Yeah, just
I
GPU.
can't think of anything else for you to upgrade. I mean, you could probably upgrade the GPU and go with like a water cooler. Because remember, the cooler you keep the 7800X3D, the longer you'll stay up in your turbo clocks. Okay, now we're not gonna do this, but what I was gonna say is the price of that RAM alone, if you were to resell it today, if you just rebundled.
Like, let's just put that in our little Geneva Convention of like, that's a war crime.
You gotta stay with the platform you chose.
Well, no, and just selling RAM in this economy is a war crime for this competition.
That's the reason why the bundles are limit 1 for the most part, because people can buy the bundle, sell the RAM, and then the other parts are almost free. Probably, I think 450 is realistic.
So my total will be
950. Okay, you can shop while you're there. It doesn't matter. Don't shop now. Shop while you're there. If you were thinking about selling anything else, we need to come up with a price. Is it just the GPU then?
Oh, just GPU.
Okay, so you have a $950 budget. I'll hold camera for you. Wait, hold on. So people can wonder what my eye level looks like compared to Phil. You ready?
Oh yeah, when you actually talk to me. Or don't talk to me.
All right, Phil. So do you remember your parts?
I don't know ChatGPT. No, I'm kidding. It was a 5070 and a 7700X, right, for the CPU?
Well, the 7700X is like better in gaming overall than the 265 KF, which I have, but my GPU was carrying it.
So I might do the same Nick path and
Yeah, you guys are just like
try to just get a buffer.
go
GPU.
min max on GPU, right?
It's like I'm thinking because of Nick's gaming CPU, it's like I have to just aim to try to stay as close to his lead in gaming.
You're probably at the most disadvantage here, even though you took second place in the competition.
Yeah.
Because of your upgrade path being limited, because AI poorly optimized some of the cost of some of the like you got the right tier products, but some of the brands were more expensive in that tier.
So okay, 550 and 580. So that would be
1080.
well, no, in between.
Oh.
In between 550 and 580. No,
565.
565. Yeah, 565. So 500 to
1065.
Okay, so I got 1065 to upgrade this thing with.
This is where it's so funny because I was first place, but now knowing you guys are going to get such a big jump, you were only slightly behind me in gaming. And if you step up your GPU, even if it was the same GPU, you're going to win gaming over me. So it's like I'm going to drop to last almost. I can't sell my GPU. I can't get rid of it. Yeah, so I'm not even going to bother selling the CPU or the GPU, but I am going to upgrade my CPU.
Interesting.
I have to really lean into the compute lead now because the max points for gaming is 60. The max points for compute is 50.
Oh, and the pluses are out now, huh?
I was actually thinking 285K. I was actually thinking 285K to pull as far ahead in compute as I can. Gaming wise, 265K versus 285K is a little bit of a wash. 285K is slightly higher because it does have a slightly higher P-core clock.
You sure you don't want more hard drive space?
I will have enough. I will have enough for hard drive space.
Okay.
Okay, I've got 3 parts here I'm gonna sell. So we need to come to an agreement on that. So first of all, I'm gonna put 265KF in here. I have to put the F because the F is cheaper than a K because it has no iGPU. How do you guys feel about 240? Because I'm seeing lots of 250s here and a couple like 220s.
That sounds fair. I was going to say 245, but yeah, 240.
245? Do I hear
240.
250? 250? No, 250. No.
250.
I'll do 245.
Okay.
If he's saying 250, I'm saying 240, and you're saying
245.
Yeah, that's in the middle of all three. Yeah, that's perfect. There you go.
Okay, I'm selling the SSD. This is the only part that
For what? $3? No, I'm kidding.
it's 500 gigabytes, but it's the Inland TLC. And when I got it, it was $69, and then it went up to $99 right after I got it. So that helps me a little bit in the resale. Because if I look at 500 gigabyte NVMEs right now, $60, $99, $60, $92, $129, $94 for a Kingston. So let's call it 60. It's less than I originally paid for it, but less than I could get for it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think 60 is fair.
No protest?
No protest.
All right. So I'm at 305 plus 500. So I'm at 805 right now. I'm gonna sell the cooler. Now the cooler right now is $33 on Amazon. It was $39 when we got it. And this is the white non-RGB one. So I was thinking like 20. That gives me $825. So let's talk about our totals that we have here. I have 825, you have 950, Phil has 1,065. I guess we need to see what we come up with. So we made the drive to Micro Center. Now we need to decide who's gonna go first. To keep it impartial, I asked Pablo to pick a number between 1 and 100. And then all 3 of us are gonna pick a number, and whoever's closest goes first, whoever's second closest goes second, whoever's third closest goes third. You might be asking yourself, why does it even matter? If OpenBox exists and there's only one of something, then that obviously would be an advantage. So I'm just going with, that's 66.
Nice.
Oh, 69.
Take it. 6, 7.
Oh my gosh.
Why don't you 60?
Well, because he started it. And then 21. Wait.
66 is closer.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, dang it, by 1. That's
66, 67, and 69. All right. So we'll go over here so they don't hear, although they already kind of know. The 3 parts I'm gonna upgrade on mine is I was able to sell the 265 KF for $240, which sucks because that thing was like $400 when it came out. I'm gonna go with the 285K. 285? Yeah, 285, because here's the thing, Nick's got the 7800 X3D. Yeah. And if he gets any graphics card, that's all his only upgrade. So he's gonna beat me in gaming now. Okay. If he gets a 9070 XT, which he has plenty of budget for, he could probably even get a 5070 Ti and lean into the ray tracing test that we have.
Okay, gotcha.
So he's gonna win gaming.
Okay.
So I've got to now make my lead in compute, which was really far. Did you see the video? Okay, my compute lead was way out there. I need to lean into that even farther now.
Okay.
So 285K.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna sell my cooler because I see you guys had one. Hopefully you still have it. Let's put hands on it first. You have like a $49 360 AIO from Cooler Master. Yeah, just Cooler Master. Okay, so I'm gonna go with an AIO. It is $49.99. It's the Cooler Master Elite Liquid ARGB. So I need to keep my CPU score as high as possible. That's why I'm going with the 285K. Now, this sort of stinks because I'm now capped out. There's nowhere upgrade that I can go for this, which stinks because there is an upgrade path score as well. So I'm gonna get like literally no points for upgrade path on CPU side. You get to be on video whether you like it or not. Hey. Okay, now we also know my drive is my super limiting factor. Now here's the thing. I want to, although it's only worth like 15 points or 10 points or whatever it was, again, I need every point I can get in everywhere other than gaming. There's a T705 1 terabyte.
Yeah.
For two, or is it, no. The T705 was 200, but there was one for 219. It was the T710, 1 terabyte.
Oh, slightly faster. Yeah.
Yes, because it's 14,500 megabytes read. So for the drive, I'm gonna go with the T710, 1 terabyte, $219. It's come down in price. They're still really expensive, but this, I'm hoping to just steal the speed category. So here's the T710 for $219. And let's add this up real quick, just make sure haven't exceeded 825 before tax. Okay, so I'm at 809.97 before tax right there, which is cool, because I'm 825. Last time the joke was I didn't leave myself enough for Monster. Now I have enough for several Monster and some balls. Okay, before I commit to this 100%, can you just double check what your cheapest 5080 open box is? I know your cheapest full MSRP is $1225, but I don't think there's anything cheaper than that in an open box. Okay, now what I had Pablo do right now was just to go back to so I had him check and see what are the cheapest open box that they currently have for 5080s. The cheapest open box you have is what, 13 something?
It was 1350.
Okay, so I know none of them can afford one of those. But I'm kind of locked in. I don't think there's anything else I can really do here. I got a better drive. It's fastest drive, unless they decide to get bigger, faster drives too. The cooler is gonna help keep the 285K boosting as long as possible, and then the 285K, so.
All right, my turn. Pablo.
So, what are your thoughts on upgrades?
I have $950. I want a graphics card. Okay. And my instincts were thinking either a 5070 or the 9070 XT.
I was gonna say we check if I have a OpenBox 5070 Ti.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let me check that real quick.
All right.
Basically right there, so.
Yeah, we're right there.
So.
I'm down.
Yeah, I'll just do this.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
So I got like 950, that's what,
You got
42?
40.
So I got like $40 left over, and I thought about, what about active cooling for the M.2? Just for shits and gigs, I will also get one of these.
All right, Pablo, you ready to find me a GPU?
Let's go.
So Jay has a 9070 XT. That's kind of the performance tier I'm either looking to get to or beat, ideally. Yeah, 5070 Ti, because I have a 5070 right now. That's what I'm selling. 1059. That's close. That's the closest one. That's gonna be it. Send it.
Okay, so it's time for the grand reveal. I mean, obviously, what GPU did you get? Because clearly that's the only thing you were gonna get.
We'll say our GPUs at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
5070 Ti.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's interesting to me. I would have thought you guys would have gone with one of the high-tiered 9070 XTs.
I checked the benchmarks.
My brain just said RT cores.
NVIDIA fanboy. See, at least I checked benchmarks.
Yeah, I mean that would specifically be the
Cyberpunk. But we
Cyberpunk.
do have Horizon, which is non-RT.
Okay, well, the question is which one sucks? Oh, but he found an open box. What'd you get? Some thermal paste? Oh, a cooler. Hey, I mean,
Hey, why not? Yeah.
if you have the budget to spend, right? Okay, so he got an M.2 cooler. So Phil got the Gigabyte. I knew someone was gonna grab the
Yeah,
Eagle.
I thought it was like it's 1059 out of 1065.
Damn.
Yeah, see, that's the only reason that stopped me from.
That's a. I'm sorry that
What am I gonna do with $60?
No, I'm sorry. That just shows how terrible the market is. That's
Yeah.
so overpriced right there. So
Oh,
this was only $50.
50.
It was
Okay.
a $50 30. It's the last one too. 285K.
Yep.
Because I have to stretch out the CPU lead as far as possible to make up for the gaming lead I'm going to lose now. And I'm going to win the drive speed competition.
And you really hurt him with the drive.
I now have a 1 terabyte T710, 14,500 megabytes.
I really
per
got
second.
to him with that. Oh well.
The point is, I want the 10 points, and I want you guys to get like 2.
That's funny.
Okay, so Micro Center's covering $1,500 of this, the $1,500, the 500 each upgrade Micro Center sponsored. I'm paying the difference. So thanks, Phil, for min-maxing the budget.
Oh.
All right, let's go. All right, we're back. Not gonna take you guys through the upgrade process. Both of them just have to change out their GPU. I've gotta change my CPU. I gotta clone my drive. I gotta install my cooler. So we're gonna do all that, get that done, and then we're gonna come back with, we'll run through the test real quick. It shouldn't take very long. I'm legit a little concerned. So we're gonna make this dramatic. Last time we started with CPU, now we're gonna start right with GPU. We're just gonna let Nick just run out into the lead and see if I can play catch up. This is like somebody on a drag race has a better 60 foot, but somebody else has a better big end. Dude, mine is loaded so much farther ahead right now.
But it's stalling.
Oh yeah, you're right. Come on, 710, I trusted you.
1,000 megabytes per second.
I trusted you. 74, 73, 65. Oof. Okay, wait, hold on. So first place is Phil, right? 74.41. Wow.
With a 7700X, but this shows what happens when
The
the
GPU. Yeah, the GPU was our bind, not the CPU. I've really got, so F1 does really well with AMD cards too. So I really have to hope. All right, let's move on over to Horizon Forbidden West. And then we'll see how badly I lost. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so my average is 126. Wow, I beat both you guys.
Wow.
Because it's an AMD optimized title because it's a console port and consoles are AMD. So look at Nick's face. He can't believe it. He's like, what?
What?
I'll take it. It's coming down to F1. Literally, a single title is going to determine the winner of the gaming. All right, so my average is 133. Phil's 138. And Nick is 139. We each got to win.
That's
I gotta
funny.
win.
Oh my gosh. No one, actually, I'm not that surprised, to know the truth. And with that, Nick took the jump to first, and I jumped to third. Nick, there's your 60. Are you happy? There's your
Yes.
60 points.
Yes, I
Phil
am.
is in second place. There is a 0.8 of a point difference between first and third. Well, I think the rest of this story is gonna write itself. My ego and my head are not gonna fit through the door at the end of this day. Joke's on you guys, it already didn't. All right, so now it's time for compute. I'm really, really excited for this one. So, Cinebench R23, we'll run yours together, 7700X versus 7800X 3D, and then we'll run mine after, because mine will literally only take, you're set to off on the duration, right? Okay, mine will only take a few seconds. So 3, 2, 1, go. Wow, we did it right on time. Yeah, that's about right. 7700X is definitely faster than 7800X 3D in Cinebench. Just in that loading time too. Here, I'll start mine. Let's see if it can pass it. 3, 2, 1, go. It's a 42,744. You got a 19636.
17,562.
It's crazy though. My 9950X 3D with PBO enabled and a negative offset scores almost 46,000. So it still destroys the 285K.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Now it's time for Geekbench. Let's see. Mine is a 22,413. Phil got a 15,219, and then Nick got a 14,458. Right? I went from a 21,898 to only a 22,413. So clearly, Geekbench didn't really benefit from the extra cores. But TimeSpy CPU score hopefully will. This should not look really any different than the other runs because of the fact that they're same CPUs. So on my previous, well, except for me, I mean, obviously I stepped up my CPU. I went from a 17,099 to an 18,299, 13,298, and then Nick had a 12,981. I expected the GPUs to be a totally different scenario. I did not expect to win that. Or Nick won that, but I was not expecting to only be a couple percent behind him.
Yeah, your CPU upgrade pushed us farther down than our GPU upgrades pushed you down in the GPU.
Yeah, so the difference of my CPU win would have still been enough to carry the score. I could have not gone with the I could have left the 265K and just gone like a 4 terabyte drive for lulz.
Yeah.
And then taken the full SSD. Damn it.
would've-
This was actually really poor optimization now that I think about this.
This is hilarious. What a weird, poor optimization like scenario that you're in.
But I, realistically, am screwed on the future compatibility. CPU platform? This is where everyone got all like up in arms when I said, oh, I have an upgrade because there's probably going to be another generation of Intel but on 1851, but people were like, no, Intel said they're not going to use 1851 for the next full generation of CPUs. There's a 300, 385K, whatever, probably won't be on 1851. So that means right now, I don't really have an upgrade path. I have an upgrade for GPU, but like, according to the audience, they're like, that's not an upgrade. It's like, but then that means neither is what you guys are experiencing today, right? So that's why I'm thinking maybe I'll just give myself half points for upgrade.
Yeah.
You guys both have full big jumps. Nick could go up to a 9950 X3D2 if you wanted. So could you.
Yeah.
So you guys will both get 10 in upgrade. Crystal Disk time! I have a Gen 5 drive now. That's why I'm excited for this, because this is where y'all really castrated me last time. Look at 12,335.
Dang,
Sucks. Look how sucks that is.
But look, it's beating the Samsung that I have in mind by a lot, a fair amount actually.
And I know nothing
Hey,
about
it's that M.2 cooler I got.
Oh yeah, maybe. Honestly, dude. And then Jay's random is faster than my sequential and almost faster than Nick's. That is insane.
So I got a big old 15. Now Nick is, but if I had this to do all over again, I would have just kept the 265 and got a 2 terabyte drive just for the hell of it, taking capacity and speeds. Probably would have gotten a nicer looking AIO just because I could. I'm still stuck on the CPU part. Like the 265 to 285K was not, I thought it was gonna be a bigger jump. I really did.
With all those extra E-cores, right?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a much bigger jump than that. Okay, so we're not gonna be able to compare efficiency to the previous runs on GPU because TimeSpy is not enough to fully load the card for the 5070 Ti's. So I was hitting 304 on my 9070 XT though. It's just, maybe it's more aggressive with the power. I don't have any undervolt or anything going. So we're gonna move the test over to Steel Nomad, not Steel Nomad Lite, but we're gonna move it over to Steel Nomad because Steel Nomad will absolutely load the card up fully, absolutely. And it's not even an RT test, but it is such a difficult rasterization test that even the developers have said it is the most difficult raster test they have ever made. And it puts more of a load on GPUs than like Speedway or Port Royal. Okay, so Phil's card was doing 300, Nick's card's doing 293, my card does 304. Nick is winning with a 23.6 points per watt. You're at 22.8, so I have to be at like what, 23 exactly? Oh no, wait, that 4 watts made a huge difference.
22.6?
Yeah, I actually lost to you.
Dang.
So even though I was, not even 20 points higher, 15 points higher,
Yeah.
that 4 watt. Okay, so as for points, Nick has 10, Phil has 9.7, and I have 9.6. Okay, so unfortunately for Phil, this is where his CPU drawing 145 watts, but coming in under 20,000 points hurts him at 135 points per watt. Mine jumped from a 155 points per watt to a 182 points per watt, but still is not close to catching Nick because of the efficiency of that 7800 X3D at 80 watts, giving 17,000. He's at 220 points. Nick, you won like 3 categories this time. Wasn't enough to win the war,
Whatever.
but you won some
I
battles.
got points on the board. That's.
I
won
think he
some
won
battles.
enough to put me into 3rd place, actually.
We're gonna
overall.
find out here in a second. Okay, here we go. Future compatibility. I'm tapped out on 1851. I can't tell the future. Now, GPU-wise, unless we all were running 5090s, there's always gonna be an upgrade. There's always gonna be a new GPU, right? So I'm willing to give myself 0 points for upgradability and give you guys the full 10 because you have an entire new generation of CPU you could upgrade to. You're on an 800 series motherboard already, although it's an 850, you're still on an 800 series board. Same goes with Phil. Now Phil's on a B650 board, but again, the chipset is supported through all new CPUs. And I don't think AMD is necessarily done with AM5. I think we might see some more AM5 CPUs before AM6 comes out. So with that said, I'll give myself 0 points on upgradability. GPU is kind of a wash because there's always gonna be new GPUs and you can always slot those into PCI Express, even if it's an older Gen Like if you have a Gen 4 board and you buy a Gen 5 card, it will still run at Gen 4 speeds and you lose 2% at the most maybe of FPS. It's not stopping you from upgrading. With that said, here are the results. Are you ready? In third place, with 127.5 points out of a possible 165, we have Phil. For $1,050, you slid backwards.
That's hilarious.
Which means that was not an efficient upgrade.
Well, I mean, it was mostly the competition slid forwards more.
In second place, we have Nick with
Nice.
Nick with 135.5 out of a possible 165. And I'm in first place with a 147 out of a possible 165. Yeah, I guess, so what happened here is, as I expected, I lost gaming, but only by 0.8 points, which is way better than I thought was gonna happen. I honestly thought Nick was going to like, see you later, too soon baby, go, all the car, memes into the future with that GPU and that CPU. Although I won, this was a bad expenditure. This was $809 of minimal upgrade, especially for gaming, because it's not going to be noticed in gaming. In fact, it really wasn't. So this was simply a competition at this point. But I don't think there's anything else we can do with these systems now when it comes to competition based. So if you guys have some ideas what we should do with these systems other than give them away, it'd be interesting. I don't know, case mod, something, I don't know. We had to figure out something, but that was way closer than I expected it to be. And I honestly did not expect to win. I truly didn't. I was damned if I did and damned if I didn't. Because if I went after the drive and you're giving me a hard time, and you're like, oh, I hurt your feelings that bad. If I hadn't, you guys would be like, oh, you still have a stupid drive in there. So no matter what, I was gonna lose the argument about the drive.
This is what's fun about building PCs with your friends.
Doesn't matter, I won both times, so.